Thank you, Jim, and thank you all for being here. I'm here representing a group of NASA Houston retirees who have been looking into the concern about global warming from fossil fuels. This is an all-volunteer effort, unfunded, and we decided we need to get to the truth of this matter because it involves a lot of the scientific understandings that we had when we sent people to the moon and back in the 1960s and 70s. I'm here to report to you today, Houston, we do not have a problem. We looked at this threat just as we would any threat to astronauts in space, use the same methods of analysis and data analysis, and we concluded that there may be a slight bit of truth to warming of the planet by fossil fuels, but it's just impossible that they could cause any problems, especially when you look at the benefits of putting more CO2 in the atmosphere and the benefits to plant life. I'm here representing my team of more than 20 retired NASA Apollo program veterans, but I'm also here representing my friends from my Catholic parish who know me well and know that I'm a reputable scientist. I'm concerned about the decision that Pope Francis might make, and I want him to know that you have people in your flock, many Catholics in our research team, who have looked at this thoroughly for at least 3 years, and we as a group are convinced that we don't have a problem with fossil fuels, that we need to have some global control of CO2 emissions. There is no problem. There might be a potential concern. The other thing that we've noticed is that we agree with the United Nations on the lower end of the sensitivity of climate to fossil fuels, which doesn't represent a problem. We disagree with the higher end of their uncertainty range, which comes from climate simulation models. We have a policy at NASA. You don't use a model for a serious decision, one that affects human safety, if that model has not been validated, which means it's got to agree with physical data. And like Tom said, these models don't come close to agreeing with what's happened in the climate over the last 50 to even 16 years. In mission control, we had a back room where the engineers that designed the spacecraft would come to work a problem that we had in space. And it was a problem that had to be worked in a big hurry. Make a decision, how do we resolve this threat to the crew that we have orbiting the Earth or on the moon? And the banner over that room, the big banner said, "In God we trust, all others bring data." So we NASA guys are focused on the data, and that's the way we look at this problem. We derived a simple model. We used available data to plug into the model to understand what CO2 could do to the climate, and we've concluded we're going to burn up all the fossil fuels on this planet before we raise the temperature of the planet enough to be a concern. And I hope you would come back tomorrow and I'll give you a technical briefing on how we approach this problem and what our conclusions are. Thank you.